friends, welcome to RV Academy. Hi students, in my previous video I told you what is ratios, what are the various types of ratios and what are the advantages or importance of ratios. In my today's class I will work out 6 marks problems belongs to section B. First let me take up section B 2017 paper. Just look at this problem. The following information is given relating to Venu company for the year ending 31/3/2016. Stock turnover ratio 6 times. Gross profit ratio 20% on sales. Sales is equals to 3 lakhs. Closing stock is 15,000 more than the opening stock. Opening creditors is 30,000. Closing creditors is 45,000. Find out average stock, average payment period, purchases. They are asking us to find out average stock, average payment period and purchases. But before that, we should apply the formula stock turnover ratio. Please don't mug up the ratios. In statement itself you have the formula stock turnover ratio. You can just observe here stock. Stock means what? Nothing but inventories. It is stock, opening stock and closing stock. Turnover means it is nothing but sales or cost of sales. So you can see the formula now. Turnover and stock is compared here. Cost of sales divided by average inventory or closing inventory sometimes. Here it is the original formula cost of sales divided by average inventory. To find out this stock turnover ratio is given as 6. It is given as 6 in the problem. But we don't have the cost of sales and we don't have the inventory information. Of course we can find out because gross profit ratio is given. So we can find out cost of sales with the help of gross profit ratio and the sales. There are two methods to find out the cost of sales. One is opening stock plus purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock. Here we don't know the opening stock, we don't know the closing stock, we don't know the purchases. So the other method is sales minus GP equivalent to closing stock or cost of sales. Sales minus GP. Sales is given 3 lakhs. 20% of sales is GP. That means GP ratio means gross profit ratio. 20% profit margin. 3 lakhs minus 20%. It comes to 2 lakh 40. 3 lakhs 20% comes to 60,000. On sales, the business earning 60,000 profit, that is called to be the gross profit. 3 lakhs minus 60,000, it comes to 2 lakh 40. 2 lakh 40 is cost of sales. Now, we have cost of sales, we have this information. With the help of this, we can find out the average inventory. 6 is equals to, cost of sales is given as 6. 6 is equals to 2 lakh 40 divided by average inventory. Therefore, average inventory 2 lakh 40 divided by 6 comes to 40,000. Average inventory means what? Here it is written average inventory is equals to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. So 40,000 is equals to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. So just total stock comes to a match 40,000 into 2, 80,000. That this included both opening and closing stock. And in the problem, it is mentioned that the closing stock is 15,000 more than that of the opening stock. So I will deduct the difference. Out of 80,000, I deduct the difference of 15,000. The remaining comes to 65,000. Opening stock now I can calculate. Opening stock 65,000 divided by 2 comes to 32,500. Closing stock again 65,000 divided by 2 plus 15,000 because it is more by 15,000, 47,500. Now we have 80,000 rupees total. It will match with this value. Opening stock is 32,500, closing stock 47,500. This 47,500 minus 32,000 is difference of 15,000 we get. So opening stock was 32,500, closing stock is 47,500. We calculated with the help of the sales, GP ratio and stock turnover ratio, we calculated cost of goods sold, we calculated the total inventory, average inventory, total inventory, opening and closing stock. Now, the second one, they are asking us to find out the average payment period and purchases. Let me work out how we can calculate the average purchases. We calculated the cost of sales, average inventory, opening inventory, closing inventory. So they are asking us to find out average payment period. To find out the average payment period, this is what is the formula. Average payment period is equals to 365 divided by creditors turnover ratio. Here we don't know the purchases, we don't know the average creditors, but opening and closing creditors is given. But before that I will calculate purchases. How to find out the purchases? Already I told you there are two formulas for finding out cost of sales. One is sales minus GP. The other one is opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock is equals to cost of sales. I will apply the second formula to find out the purchases because I know the opening stock, I know the closing stock, I know the cost of sales. With the help of this I can calculate the purchases. Cost of sales comes to 2,40,000, which is already we calculated, is equals to we calculated the opening stock 32,500 plus purchases we don't know. I will write purchases as it is minus closing stock we know 47,500 which we calculated, 32,500 and 47,500 we calculated, and 2,40,000 also we calculated. Now I will find out the purchases. Purchases now becomes 2,40,000 minus 32,500 plus 47,500. You just change the signs, you get 2,55,000 as a purchases. Total purchases has been calculated. Purchases comes to 2,55,000. Now the average creditors is nothing but opening creditors plus closing creditors divided by 2. In the problem, the opening creditors is given as 30,000, closing creditors is 45,000. 30,000 plus 45,000 divided by 2 comes to 37,500. That is called to be the average creditors. Now we can calculate creditors turnover ratio. Creditors turnover ratio formula is credit purchases divided by average creditors. In the problem it is not mentioned what is the amount of cash sales, so that I will assume 2,55,000 entirely is a credit purchases. 2,55,000 which I calculated just now, 2,55,000 divided by average creditors 37,500, 6.80 is the creditors turnover ratio. After calculating creditors turnover ratio, average payment period can be calculated. Average payment period is equals to 365 divided by creditors turnover ratio. 365 divided by 6.80, it comes to 53.67 days to pay the creditors. On average, payment period is 53.67 days. Within 53.67 days or 54 days rather say, 54 days we have to make the payment for creditors. These are the three things which they are asking us to find out, which I calculated. Let me take one more problem. This has been asked in the year 2010 May-June, old scheme. Given current ratio 1.4, liquid ratio 1, stock turnover ratio, closing stock 8, gross profit ratio 20%, sales for the year 10 lakhs. They have given us only two informations, that is sales, gross profit ratio and stock turnover ratio. With the help of this we have to find out the working capital. But before that, let me calculate the cost of sales. Stock turnover ratio is equals to cost of sales divided by closing inventory. Usually it is an average inventory, but in this case they calculated on the closing inventory. It is mentioned in the problem. So closing stock or closing inventory. Therefore cost of sales becomes what? Sales minus GP. There are two formulas which already I told you. The first formula I am applying, sales minus GP. Sales is 10 lakhs. GP ratio is given as 20%. Sales minus 20% comes to 8 lakhs. When cost of sales is 8 lakhs, the sales becomes 10 lakhs. The profit margin is 2 lakhs. 8 lakhs is the cost of sales. Now I can calculate the inventory, that is closing inventory in this case. So you apply the formula, cost of sales divided by closing stock into is equals to 8 by 1. So therefore closing stock becomes how much? 8 lakhs divided by 8. it comes to 1 lakh. Closing stock is 1 lakh. Now, the current assets minus liquid asset are in the formulas I told you. Current asset includes what? Stock, debtors, bills receivable, marketable, investments. In liquid assets, excluding the stock and prepaid expenses. So stock is excluded here. You can see stock is equals to current assets minus liquid assets. We don't know both. Current assets also we don't know, liquid assets also we don't know, but we know the stock which calculated here. Stock comes to 1 lakh. Current assets given as 1.4 times in the problem. Current ratio itself is a current asset. 1.44 times. Liquid assets is given as 1. Liquid assets 1. 1.4 minus 1 equal to stock. That is 0.40 is equal to stock. 1 lakh is equal to 0.40. When stock is 0.40, 1 is a liquid asset. That is, we know. When stock is 1 lakh, what is the liquid asset? That is cross multiplied here. You just cross multiply this. You get the answer. That is liquid asset. Liquid assets now becomes 1 lakh into 1 divided by 0.40 comes to 2 lakh 50. We calculated liquid asset. We calculated the stock. So now current assets we can easily calculate because the liquid assets and current asset difference is nothing but stock. So current asset is equals to liquid asset plus stock. Liquid assets we calculated 2 lakh 50. Current assets we calculated 1 lakh. Total current assets which including stock becomes 3 lakh 50. The difference between the liquid assets and the current assets is nothing but the stock. So when you add up these two, it comes to 3 lakh 50. Now we can calculate the current liability because we don't know the current liability, but we know the current ratio. Current ratio is equals to current assets divided by current liability. That is given as 1.40 divided by 1. In other words, when current assets is 1.40 times, current liability is 1 time. So that the current liability becomes what? Current liability is equals to 3 lakh 50 into 1 divided by 1.40. 2 lakh 50 is the current liability. Now we calculated the current assets, current liability. You can calculate the working capital. That is what they are asking us to find out. Working capital is nothing but the difference between current assets and current liability. Current assets minus current liability is equals to working capital. Current assets we calculated 3 lakh 50. Current liability just now we calculated 2 lakh 50. 3 lakh 50 minus 2 lakh 50 comes to 1 lakh. Here, before you solve the ratios, you need to find out what information is given and what required to be calculated and how to go with step. Sales is given. With the help of that, we can calculate the structure. Once if you calculate the stock, we can calculate the liquid asset, we can calculate the current assets, we can calculate the current liability. Once if you calculate current assets, current liability, we can calculate the working capital. This is how you have to work out the problem when it comes for 6 marks. In my next video, I am going to work out 14 marks problem. Please like, share and subscribe my video. Thank you. Some of the book I published for BCom and BBA of BCU and BO for Skyward and Sapna Book House. Please make use of it.